Well, what would happen if you clogged your RV toilet long term and you just never addressed the problem or mentioned it to anybody? This is exactly what my tenant did when she lived in my camper for 6 months. She basically clogged the toilet with a bunch of small rags until it was unflushable, and water and waste ended up seeping out around the base of the RV toilet and rotting out the subfloor in the bathroom and next door in the bunk area. I was initially heartbroken by the immense amount of cleanup and damage that needed to be done, but then I thought, you know what? Everything is pretty much destroyed, so it couldn't get any worse from here, and I decided to take advantage of the disaster and do some improvements. This mainly involved ripping out the bunk beds next door, which I really hated anyway. I wanted to create a nice large walk-in closet space, and to do this I would also have to relocate the small electric water heater inside the trailer. For this job I called in the big guns, which was my dad, and had him come over to help me with a little bit of PEX piping. Known as being a DIY-friendly project, I was anxious to learn how to PEX pipe, so I was really happy he came over with his tool set already ready to show me how it's done. I'll admit I wasn't very useful during this phase of my camper remodel, but I did hand him everything his heart desired, and I asked some very intelligent questions the entire time. Once the repiping job was finished and the water heater was located up on top of the wheel hub where I wanted it, everything was watertight, there were no drips or leaks anywhere, and I was ready to begin the arduous task of reflooring the entire back side of the trailer. I was happy with the results of the new subfloor. It was actually a lot firmer to walk on and more even than the previous floor, so that was a definite upgrade. Before putting down the laminate flooring, I splurged and I bought a very high-end underlayment for the floors. With a plastic water vapor barrier on the underside and a lot of padding on the top side, it would make for a nice layer of insulation inside the trailer. And my walk-in closet was coming along just fabulous. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. I added a shelf and a place to hang long garment items. Really happy the bunk beds are gone. I even added a bench so you can sit on and you can store shoes underneath. I built a cabinet around the electric water heater for the microwave to sit on top, and that frees up more of my counter space. Here's a look at the final product. It was definitely a happy ending to a tragic story. I've been tempted to give up on this trailer so many times, but glad I haven't.